Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Debate Night 2020. I will be your moderator, Jacksfilms. In just a few moments, I will randomly select 2 people from a list of about 32. They will debate a topic of my choosing. They may talk over each other, but if they talk over each other too much, I will scream like a frightened frog until everyone shuts up. Once the debate is over, I will let the Twitch audience decide who won the debate via a vote. The winner will move on. The loser will be kicked off. I will then replace the loser, and we will continue with the new question. Our first question of the evening. Women, do they be shopping or do they be playing? You may debate.
Playing is it's a very all-encompassing term. What are they playing? Are they playing games? Especially with the coronavirus pandemic, there is no time for shopping, especially out in the real world.
As a gay furry, I see women doing more shopping than playing, as I have never been played by a woman. So I believe that they do a lot of shopping.
Alex is our champion. Your shock says it all. Here's the next question. Which character from The Office makes the best love?
I'm gonna say Dwight. Dwight Schrute obviously makes the best love, and anyone who says otherwise is a complete liar. You know that in the bedroom, Dwight is a freak. That would be the best 30 seconds of your life.
15
in that
seconds.
bedroom.
15 seconds, Sully.
15 seconds is all what Dwight Schrute needs to show you that he is the best lover out of the entire cast of The Office. Thank you for your time.
I believe that Steve Carell is the best Office character because he was the boss, I think.
I would like to propose to the chat. Do you recall a character named Steve Carell from The Office? I don't think such character existed.
The real Sully G, you have won this debate. Pornhub or YouPorn?
And let me begin with my main points. I don't think this is a debate. YouPorn is old news. YouPorn is last decade. Up until now, there's really no question that Pornhub has been the innovator in the space. They've absolutely revolutionized the independent pornographer. Everything that's going on Pornhub is absolutely pro-progress. And that's the platform that I will die on, and that's the hill that I will gladly stake my flag. Thank you very much.
So now I don't want the chat to take the side of the site they're most familiar with. I want you to keep an open mind. One of his biggest points, he said that Pornhub has revolutionized the independent pornographer. Do you realize the site YouPorn, they put the U in porn. They were the ones that wanted to take pornography to the next level by letting amateurs within their own homes, with their iPhones, with their cameras. He can mess around with 2 angles, but you know what? All I need is 1 angle from a cell phone, and that's all I need, and that's all YouPorn requires.
Listen, YouPorn was decided and created before any of these things were ever even thought about in the internet consciousness. And I'm here for you, the chat on Twitch, to absolutely decide what is right, what is true. This man has no merit. He does not know what he speaks of. Pornhub is the greater platform. Thank you very much.
All right, your time is up. Thank you very much, Mr. Halleck.
I see you all in the chat.
Excuse me.
You Bobby boys are coming for me in the chat.
Excuse
you
me,
know
Mr. Halleck.
Who won this election.
Thank you, Mr.
This
Halleck.
election was rigged.
Thank you, Mr. Halleck.
This was set up.
Thank you, Mr. Halleck. Your time. It looks like the real Sully G is the champion.
Bobby should have won.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank
you so much.
Bobby,
Ma'am?
you gotta stop using those mail-in votes.
Ma'am,
Okay?
ma'am,
I was using the mail-in
there will
votes
be
and
no
they
booing
counted.
or
That was
chanting or cheering in my
I think-
debate, ma'am.
I
Ma'am?
think half of the votes that came in were mailed in to Twitch staff. I see them in the chat.
Mr.
They
Halleck.
mailed in the Twitch staff.
Mr. This is highly irregular. Mr. Halleck, you have completely pissed upon these rules and these practices. I must kick you out. Go ahead, shake your little head at me. Absolutely, shake your little head at me. See where that gets you, Mr.
Fuck, we're on camera. Shit.
Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Twitch, I am so very sorry. I'm so sorry you had to see this. Is Big Chungus a dead meme? Yes or no?
Absolutely. It's so dead. Every time I see it, I can't help but laugh, not at the facts, not at the meme itself, but at the fact that people are still referencing this. A much funnier dead meme is, of course, Ligma.
I find it absolutely disgusting that you insult the weight of Chunkus, and he identifies as big. It is his big nature, and he's big for a reason. He's spread throughout the land. How can he be dead if we're still talking about him?
Thank you very much, Julie. Please get the fuck out of my server. Backstreet Boys are in sync. You have the floor.
In sync. Justin Timberlake. That's my full argument. Are you kidding me? Justin Timberlake. He can do it all. Music, acting. He was on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He's a fashion icon. I mean, the denim with Britney Spears, legendary. People still talk about it. People still recreate it. Halloween's coming up. That's a good idea.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm having a couple of technical, oh boy, difficulties. Oh God. Where'd it go? Give me 1 second. I lost everything. Here it is. I oopsie doopsied a little bit, but thank you very much, Alan. Now,
So I just find it very curious that Alan's entire argument was focused on one part of NSYNC. As a whole package, the Backstreet Boys are obviously superior, in my opinion. If a song comes on, it's instantly recognizable. I want it that way. You know, everybody knows that song.
Ellen, I'm going to ask you something I haven't asked anyone yet, but I don't recall you providing any vocal sampling or any example of your band of choice, your boy band of choice, NSYNC. I would love to give you 10 seconds to provide any musical sampling from the archives of the famous boy band NSYNC.
It's gonna be May.
Thank you very much, Alan. Sirius won this debate with his defense of the Backstreet Boys. It is time for a new topic of debate. Here it is. Which song from Hamilton fucks the hardest?
I am not 100% sure what fucks the hardest means. And I also was under the impression that we weren't going to have any political questions in Mr. Films. But I really enjoyed Room Where It Happened because I think it captured the political scheming that had to go on at the time in order to get anything done.
Thank you very much, Sirius. Stephen Prince, which song from Hamilton fucks the hardest? You have the room.
I would have to say, with risk of sounding basic, that the song, as titled Alexander Hamilton, fucks the hardest. If for no other reason than the opening few lines. How does a bastard, orphan son of a whore, and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot? It brings up this visceral image of the world, specifically the conflict between the United States, yet to be formed, and England.
Right.
Stephen, you have an amazing voice, in my opinion.
Excuse me. Please shut the fuck up. We have our results. Stephen Prince will move on to the next round. James, you're on the air, buddy. James.
How can I compete?
Taylor Swift, genius of our generation or thirst trap?
Taylor Swift is an icon of the generation, beginning, as far as I am aware, in the early 2000s. And I think we can all specifically relate with the moment in the music video where she held up a whiteboard with a note on it, pleading, reaching out in some level of desire and desperation to the person across the way in order to receive some sort of respite in this frequently dull, dark, and dreary world.
Right. So, Taylor Swift, who was she? Until Kanye came along, who the fuck knows, man? All right. Before that, she owes all of her reparations to all of her ex-boyfriends, who I frankly don't think exist. I think she's a liar. I think she's a fraud. And to go along with that, her good looks are just a pure thirst trap. Just like Steven's voice is, as beautiful as it is. I don't have the jawline. I don't have Prince as my last name.
Excuse me, James.
I don't have such a beautiful voice.
Mr.
Okay.
Miller, that's a bit personal. I'm sorry. I want to keep my debate classy. Don't point your fucking finger at me. Excuse me.
I pointed at the sky to the Lord, Jack.
Before I continue with even more debates, I want to give a big thanks to today's sponsor, Shine. Shine is an oral care subscription with an affordable sonic toothbrush. I really like these brushes. They have 5 intensity levels and 4 modes: clean, white, sensitive, and massage. Shine uses next-gen sonic technology to brush at 31,000 strokes per minute. I can never go back to using a non-electric toothbrush. That's how big the difference is. And don't worry, it's still portable. I brought mine with me when we got an Airbnb for a week. See, it even comes with its own case. It's perfect. Starting at just $45, you can get $100 in value and replacement brush heads delivered every 3 months for just $5. All with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you want your replacement brush heads all up front with no subscription, grab the A Year of Shine deal to snag their award-winning toothbrush and 4 brush heads to cover you all year. They even have a Shine Dual Pack deal that includes 2 toothbrushes and 8 premium brush heads. For a healthier mouth and 20% off, head on over to shine.com/yai, link in the description, and use code YAI at checkout. It is extremely close. Both of our gents here, I believe, are winners, although some are taking it better than others. Steve and Prince, you progress. Is the world ready for uncensored hentai?
Why is it that we are the richest country in the world, and yet our hentai remains pixelated? It doesn't make any sense. But I will say that whichever way you swing, it needs to be publicly available. It needs to be a public commodity. We need to spread the wealth.
So you are, just so we are clear, Ryan, you are in favor of the world being ready for uncensored hentai.
I think we're way beyond ready.
All right, Topher, can you please state your case on why mayhaps the world is not ready?
I'm going to start with the Jurassic Park quote. Your scientists were so worried with whether you could that you didn't think if you should. Maybe there's a reason that we do not have uncensored hentai yet in the richest country in the world. We have so much shit to worry about right now. Climate change, poverty, homelessness, food shortages. Do we really want to start with uncensored hentai? Is that really at the top of our list?
It's Ryan by a hair. Honey, are you ready to debate?
No, but sure.
Michael, are you ready to moderate?
I am prepared.
Oh boy, let's see how this goes.
The question is, who's the power bottom, Mario or Sonic?
Michael, that's a really good question. I would have to pick Mario. And the reason Mario is the best power bottom is because though Sonic is faster, we can agree Sonic the Hedgehog is the faster of the two video gaming mascots. Mario has all the fucking power. First off, he is the jump king, as proven by, his entire back catalog litany of games. Mario is the true power bottom. Sonic can eat shit.
Mr. Films, I'm going to have to ask you to stop. Aaron, it is your turn.
I think everybody here knows that what Jacksfilms just said is pure lies. And the reason here is because I happen to be a very, very early fan of Sonic. And I know his talent.
Excuse me, Aaron. Jack, I would appreciate it if you didn't mock your opponent. I think
I'm not doing anything. I'm not interrupting. I'm not doing anything.
Mr.
And also, I feel like I have unfair powers here because I am unable to mute you, Mr. Films.
Mr. D,
I would
does it
like
take
to...
away from my allotted time? I hope
No, this
not.
does not take away from your time.
Because
Purely
it's-
Mr. Films' actions, and I am honestly disgusted.
Yeah, thank you. I have been a fan of Sonic from a very early age. I very clearly remember, and something that a lot of you probably don't, the Sega Game Gear. And Sonic was pretty much the only game to be played on said Game Gear. And let me tell you, that son of a bitch, not only did he eat up a bunch of fucking coins and rings and shit, but he also ate up a bunch of batteries. And that is how we know that Sonic is the ultimate power bottom.
Mr. Films.
I just want to say thank you so much, Michael, for moderating. You're doing a great job. What does battery consumption have anything to do with power bottom ability? That's right, virtually nothing. But who would win in this scenario? Mario, and it wouldn't even be fucking close. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that.
Regardless of what your position is, Mr. Sonic is the most powerful, okay? And let me tell you this, Sonic is stronger than Mario because Mario needs his fucking brother along with him. And who does Sonic have? Nobody.
So that will conclude the back and forth. Mr. Films, would you like to make a poll?
Oh, I will make the poll.
I would just like to ask Aaron, how are you so good at debating?
She's not. She just yells harder. She just yells harder. She's not better at debating. She's just louder. That was beautifully done. That was beautifully done. Yeah, you fucking won, honey. You won. By a landslide. Fuck you. Unbelievable.
I would like to say, I see in chat, someone just said to kick Jack.
If you kick me, I'll never come back.
Mr. D, thank you so much for moderating, but I will sign off. Wait,
fun.
actually, can I be part of the Zoom call while you
Yeah, fuck it. Sure. Let's add someone else.
Oh, what's that? I just got a text that I can't get COVID through Zoom. Oh.
Nice!
Oh no.
Oh my god. He has a
I've been wearing a
bit.
suit for hours.
He has a bit.
Thank God, I'm sweating like a pig.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Cody.
Oh, yeah.
Here is your next question. Should furries be allowed to vote?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, furries should not be allowed to vote, and not only that, but furries shouldn't have rights. After all, what is a furry but a person who is feigning to be an animal? So, if they want to be animals so much, why don't we treat them like animals? Huh? Right? They don't deserve human rights. They're not humans at that point.
So I gotta say, someone in the chat wrote, "Furry here. I'm with Cody." Cody leading us strong. Mr. D Shorts, we would love to hear your argument.
You know, first off, I'm really disgusted by the amount of just alcohol in this chat, and I really don't think that the opinions.
Oh my god.
Back to my point, I do believe that furries deserve to vote, and I absolutely believe that they deserve rights, and I believe that they have the right to vote to protect their rights, because they are people too, whether they want to be animals or not. They deserve the opportunity to protect their rights, especially when someone like Cody is trying to take them away.
I think there's a fallacy in your logic here. I am quite certain that if I got a group of furries from FurryCon together and I asked them one question, do you want to be human? They would say no. Okay? Therefore, if they're not human and they denounce their humanship, then they don't deserve human rights. Therefore, they lose the right to vote.
I don't think that is a fair statement, because I feel like, especially in our current climate, you have people who come back home from a rough day to the safety of the fact that they can live their furry lives. And so I am disgusted by the actions of Cody right now. He is favoring the audience, and this is disgusting. This is a kangaroo court.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Over 500 votes. Cody has nutted the competition handedly. Here we go. The final question. And here's the deal. So it's not a cacophony. So it's not chaos. I will verbally say who can go first. Kat, because you won the last round, you're going to go first. And just a refresher, the question is the Beatles, cool or cringe?
Listen, man, I gotta say it. We're all thinking it. The Beatles, pretty cringe. Like, they don't have that hot, young, fresh energy. Nobody knows what they're up to these days. Like, have you guys heard from, like, I don't know, George Harrison recently? Like, who is that? Does he even have TikTok?
Declan, I'd love to hear you next.
I believe Beatles, cringe. You know why? Where did they get their start? They got their start on cover songs. And they were able to do that because of the much more lenient copyright laws in place at the time. Like, if I tried to sing a Beatles song right now, Twitch would fucking DMCA that shit.
Marvel, you're up next.
Let me read you a couple of the titles of the Beatles, okay? Here Comes the Sun, Strawberry Fields Forever, I Am the Walrus. These titles could only have been written by someone who was extremely high. We all know that they're high. I think that the Beatles are the coolest because if I were to believe everything that I've seen in the stream so far, it's that substance abuse is cool. So, you know, clearly the Beatles have to be the best. I think that they are super cool. And as a reinforced point here, I have made this wonderful graphic. It's backwards, so I'm sorry, but it says "I'm right" with a question mark. And let's just turn that right into an exclamation point.
Thank you, Marvel. Your time is up. Beautifully put. Mitchell, you're up next.
No, the Beatles are not cool. They are about 100 years old. And you know what happened? You know what was going around 100 years ago? Women weren't allowed to vote. A lot of things have changed since then. And human rights have changed. Furries are unfortunately given human rights. A lot of stuff has changed. And the Beatles just need to be left in the past.
Alana, you're up next.
I thought they were really cool, but now they're cringe. Specifically because of the "she was just 17, you know what I mean" line. And that's it. That's the leg I'm placing my argument on.
Glenby, you have the final word.
You got the Backstreet Boys. You've got One Direction. You've got NSYNC. And you've got the Beatles. Now, what do all these all have in common? These are all boy bands. Very mainstream, pumped out boy bands. And they're not even the best boy band, and that's tremendously cringe.
Time is up. I'm calling it at exactly 475 votes. The winner of tonight's Debate Night 2020 is Marvel. Congratulations, Marvel, with 57% of all of the votes combined, of all 479 votes. Congratulations to Marvel.